Good day everyone, this is Abayon Jamal and now we are down to Black Arts Movement. So first, let's talk about the introduction of this movement. Black Arts Movement, it is the name given to a group of politically motivated black poets, artists, dramatists, musicians, and writers who emerged in the wake of the Black Power movement. So when we say Black Power movement, it is a social movement motivated by a desire for safety and self-sufficiency that was not available inside redlined African American descent. It is also a political and social movement whose advocates believe in racial pride and equality for all black and African descent. The poet Imamu Ameri Baraka is widely considered to be the father of the BAM, which began in 1965 and ended in 1975. Black Arts Movement is also a black nationalism movement that focuses on music, literature, drama, and visual arts made up of black artists and intellectuals. The bomb began the day after Malcolm X was assassinated in 1965. So who is Malcolm X? Malcolm X was an African American Muslim minister and human rights activist who was a popular figure during the civil rights movement. Malcolm X wants the complete separation of African American from whites. After Malcolm X was assassinated on February 21, 1965, those who embrace the Black Power movement, which I mentioned earlier, the movement whose advocates believe in racial pride and equality for all black and African descent, often fell into one of two camps, which are the revolutionary nationalists, who were best represented by the Black Panther Party, and the cultural nationalists. Let's move on to the goal of the BAM. The Black Arts Movement was politically militant. Baraka, which is the father of this movement, described its goal is to create an art, a literature that would fight for black people's liberation with as much intensity as Malcolm X, our fire prophet, and the rest of the enraged masses who took to the streets. Black Arts Movement is emphasizing self-determination for black people, a separate cultural existence for black people on their own terms, and the beauty and goodness of being black. So let's move on to the characteristics of the BAM. Like the members of the Harlem Renaissance, black arts writers also crafted a black voice that draw on African American vernacular songs and sermons in free verse that was experimental, incorporating jazz, the blues, and many linguistic and rhythmic techniques, which is also the characteristics of the beat movement. So let's move on to the genre. The genre of the BAM is non-fiction because it talks about the facts of black people. Let's move on to the work and author of this movement. So the poem is entitled Black Art, which is written by Ameri Baraka. This poem is described as one of the Baraka's most expressive political poems. Why? Because it uses sharp language, onomatopoeia, and violence to call out the nation. This poem itself is about how black artists must stand for being black rather and not copy or imitate of white poets. In this poem, the author Amari Baraka is saying that I need to see all the hard working of African American, not just word, but reality, proof, determination, and action being taken. But all in all, this movement, which is the Black Arts Movement, was officially ended on 1975. Why? One of the reasons for the end of this movement was a political switch from nationalism to Marxism, which is made also by the father of this movement, which is Amari Baraka, and several other Black Arts Movement leaders. Many artists of the Black Arts Movement and did not agree with Marxist ideals, and this switch caused a separation that weakened the movement. That's why the bomb has officially ended, because of its leaders and the founder. That would be all for my report, and I hope you learned something from me. Thank you.